Give me a minute, folks. Thanks for the new follow, Reba. Oh, I had to clear it. Let me get everything back up and running here. One just went severe warned over around west side of Lexington. It's got rotation. Oh man, that one west of Aaron, around was that Kazad? That's got really good rotation in it. Okay, copy that. And I got to get my chat back up. Then we'll take a look at what Nathan's seeing right now. But we got a couple other guys that's going after that one that's Torwarn. So he's going to. Yeah, go ahead. Now, folks, I am watching the chat on Twitch and YouTube. So don't be surprised you'll hear me answering somebody and you don't know what, well, who I'm answering. Back over here to G Earth. Zoom in on the area in question today. The red box, that's the one that's Torwarn. Green box, that's flash flood warning. And the yellow one is a severe warning for people just joining me that's new to this. Yeah, it never did really look that good to me. I'm kind of surprised they warned it. Oh, okay. Yeah, on radar it looked horrible. Okay, let's see if I can get his stream back up. For some reason, if I bring up somebody's stream on my main, then really pushes my processor when I'm live broadcasting. Oh lordy, my video card's running out too. Once I get some items that I need to get, I can do a better broadcast. Then I gotta get 2 new video cards. They did drop that tornado warning, so we're mainly going to focus over here west of Kearney. Those. That's Nathan's stream. Actually, I think I'm going to bring a stream up on a separate PC. Thanks for hanging out and sticking with me while I had to reboot. I see I lost quite a few. Maybe they'll come back. Bring up both of them here. These are the storms that he changed his mind that he's actually going to go after. Thanks, Deb. Thanks for coming back. So it's going to be a little bit until he gets in position. Watch Nathan's chat at the same time. I got a lot going on. Okay. Now I got his stream up on another PC so I can listen to him. Anybody got any questions? No marriage proposals or thing like that? Thanks, Mindy. Glad you joined me. Debbie and Mindy's over on YouTube. Showing 24 viewers, 20 here on Twitch, and only 4 on YouTube. Come on, YouTube. I use Gibson Ridge. I use GR Level 3, GR2 Analyst, and GR Earth. Basically, it's the same software that the Weather Channel uses. It's the best out there. One time I was always also using WSB3. But I got really disappointed because some things worked, some things didn't. And he'd add more new things. And some of the things that used to work quit working. Then he came out with a whole new version. And I had a paid license. And when I had to reinstall it on a new PC, hey Sparrow, he wouldn't unlock my license so I could continue. And that's basically because with the new version he came out with, he wanted people to pay by the year. But I already had a paid license. So he cut me off, and I got highly upset. That was a real expensive program. For about 75% of it worked. Yeah, I would. That's the one that's over by Casad. It has a really tight rotation in it. Probably, man, I don't know the roads over there. Okay, that's some of your backwoods, so you know the roads better than I do. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you get that information. I wish I could. Where are the storms? Where are the storms? These storms, the one that Nathan's going after is west of the Lexington, Nebraska. Definitely got tight rotation in that one that he's going after. Yeah, I didn't put it in my title. I wasn't sure if Nathan was going to chase or not because he worked today. But these are close to his home. And let's see here. That circle right there, that's where Nathan's at. Yeah, I know. That's what I don't like about YouTube. Got to get so much before I can actually start making money over there. Where Twitch, you can come over to Twitch and you can give me bits, and I make money off of that. You can sub to Twitch Prime, or if you got a subscription to Amazon Prime, then I make money. And you can also donate. The Gibson Ridge products: GR Level 3, GR2 Analyst, and GR Earth. That's what I use. Basically, it's the same software that the Weather Channel uses. Theirs looks different. Their color tables and that they use is different than mine. But what's really nice about the Gibson Ridge is it's the most accurate program out there, most accurate information. And like with Analyst, I get updates about every 1 to 2 minutes. GR level 3 is about every 3, usually. Sometimes it's every 5 minutes. Here you can see the rotation in the one. See where the green and reds. Not looking quite as good on the last scan, and I'm getting some scattering. Maybe that'll clear up. Gotta try and get my air conditioner working better. It kicked off. It's hot in here. So for now, I'm just waiting for Nathan to get closer. He's getting close to Elm Creek, Nebraska. He said he's going to get over to Lexington, go north, and try to get out ahead of it. But NWS at Hastings is talking about, they're kind of worried about the low-level shear, and it may keep this storm from producing. Really didn't expect any severe weather in Nebraska today. Yeah, they just extended that off to the east of the original warning. New severe thunderstorm warning. And they're saying tornado possible. "70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, nickel-size hail, moving east at 25. I'll be so glad to get my new green screen put behind me. Then I can have whatever image I want behind me. Look more professional. And I was only able to order that because of a donation last week. I do put all donations towards bringing you a better stream. Yeah, I really wasn't going to try to get fancy, but for one, all the software cost me. and some of it is a monthly subscription that I have to pay. And then, in order to do a better stream, is what I was after. Not so much fancy, but I guess fancy comes along with it. I want to be as professional as I can. Oh, something I forgot to mention about the possible hurricane in the Gulf. Wonder where that one's at. Yeah, I'm only seeing one area, but I noticed that last warning's got it moving east. And then for next year, my future plans, I want to put together a video wall. That's going to cost me several $1,000s though. Phone charged. Where was that at, Sparrow? Oh, you mean a couple years ago when I was helping Kelly? My next project, uh, oh yeah, on YouTube. My next project, once I get the green screen, is I want to pipe in the Zello so you can hear Nathan when I'm talking to him or anybody else. I know if you're watching his stream, you can hear me talking and hear him talking. But the channel that we're using on Zello is totally private. Nobody can listen in. And for those that are not watching his stream, that way you can hear him when he's asking me stuff. I got to do something real quick. I'll leave everything running. I'll shut my camera off. I'll be right back. Oh, really? I didn't know you could, once the stream went down, I didn't know you could still type in the chat. I have went back and rewatched that video a couple times, trying to figure out exactly what happened. So hard to tell. I'll be darned, Debbie. Over on the YouTube chat, Debbie says she could go over to Kelly's last stream, and people can still go into the chat. Not know that. I thought once the stream went down, couldn't type in there. I still dream about him. There for the longest time, I could not stream on YouTube. Well, it took me a long time before I did a live stream anywhere. That tribute that I did on YouTube, that about killed me. I can't even stand to go back and watch that anymore. No, Kelly never did end it. But it's weird that it's still active. Yeah, I rehearsed that tribute all the way back from Cassville, Missouri. When we left the funeral. And I did it the night that we got home from the funeral. And I rehearsed it so many times, I was confident that I'd be able to pull it off. Then when I actually did it, tore me up. Okay. Thanks, Dad. Nathan just announced on his stream he's got about a 75% chance on Thursday he's going to go down to the Gulf and chase this tropical storm. And I hope this tropical storm don't turn out to be a butthole like me. Because the next name on the list, when it gets named, is my name. And it's even spelt the same. For the first time ever, my name is in the hurricane list. And I hope it's not a bad enough storm that my name gets retired. I don't think it's going to be that strong. Right now, it's only looking like a tropical cyclone. Doesn't look like it's going to quite make it to a hurricane.
Oh, it's Shelby action on the storm.
That's still got some pretty decent rotation in it northwest of Lexington. Okay, as I was showing earlier, it's going to form uh, south of the Panhandle of Florida, and it's going to curve and go over towards the Texas-Louisiana border. Tampa on north um, is going to get some possible major flooding because they'll be on the east side of it. But the thing's over central Georgia right now. It actually came from the storms that Nathan chased last week. It's an upper air circulation, and it went east, got over by Illinois, and curved down to Georgia. So stay tuned. I'll be doing broadcasts, at least one every day. And then if it turns into something major, I'll be doing multiple broadcasts every day. And I should set it up to where I also broadcast over on our TV channel. I know it's not quite ready yet. I'll still be broadcasting on YouTube. And probably what I'll do is I'll go over to the TV channel and have it host my Twitch channel. That way people can watch it in 3 different places. Kind of get the information out more and get it out more and more. Speaking of the TV channel, there's the link. Now we are going to rename that. I think we got to wait about 60 days. Mine and Nathan's discussion last night. When we're able to rename it again, it's going to be called Stormview Live TV. But if you go hit the follow now, it won't affect anything when we do rename it. It's just a name change. You'll still be able to get notifications from it. So you can start to see a shell cloud on his stream. Yeah, it is. I just brought you up full screen. Yeah, I'm really looking for being the main producer on the TV channel. Copy that. Said you're headed north, and then try. Man, you're going to have to get clear up there by Eddyville if you can, or up in that area, and try to get ahead of that rotation. Right in the middle. No tornadoes yet. Thanks, Dad. Over on YouTube. Again, for the new people watching, I'm watching the chat on twitch.tv and YouTube. So if you hear me answer somebody, but you didn't see them post nothing, it's from the other chat. And there's my new web link to donate to. I just set that up yesterday. And this is the storm that he's trying to get ahead of. There's another area rotation on the southern end of this thing, the southwest of Dar. Possibility that's rain wrap though. Right now that rotation looks better to me, but I don't know. I might have to switch over to North Platte. Copy that. Do I have a Patreon? I'm not sure what that is. That's down to your southwest or your west? Yeah, that's where I'm seeing that rotation. Okay, he's pointed at our area of interest, which is right there. Enrod, I'm only showing a 0.77, but velocities looks really good on it. What's a Patreon, Debbie? There you can see that lowering. With this new donation link, as people donate, that bar across the top will automatically update. So the bar that says internet and equipment cost for this month only at 14%. Lordy, my back's killing me. I got up real early this morning, and I've been sitting here about 90% of the time. And going over the models, waiting for updates on the models and the National Hurricane Center. I need a chiropractor. Nice lowering on that thing. It's got a new tornado warning, but it's over in Wyoming. North Dakota and Wyoming. Nowhere near us. But I wouldn't be surprised. This one might go Tor warned. Gonna be embedded though. The rotation, and you can see there that the core, that purple, wrapping around. Yeah, that could possibly be a wall cloud with the rotations in it. But it's going to be rain wrapped. If it does produce anything right now, it's going to be rain wrapped. Doesn't have a good end rot. No debris. Now off to the left, that's a rain shaft. Out ahead of that could be a possible wall cloud. It's about in the right place. But the rotation is not real tight. I mean, it's there, but it's weak. Did y'all hear about the whiskey warehouse in Lexington, Kentucky? Well, it was west of Lexington. A Jim Beam warehouse got caught on fire. It was caused by a lightning strike, the last that we could figure. They had to let it burn. Last I heard, it burned for 4 days. 2.4 million gallons of whiskey burned up. Thousands of barrels that added up to around 2.4 million gallons. The Angel got its share. That was really, hour and a half, 2 hour drive from me. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. God, Nathan's key stuck. That's what keeps happening to me, Deb. All the good storms that came towards me pretty much just got sprinkles out of them. Yeah, I'm still running off of Hastings. It's about 5 miles closer than North Platte. Yeah, I think it's got a better look at it. Wait to see if this thing's going to tighten up or trying to lower again. I'm going to switch this radar up North Platte. Yeah, looks horrible. Earlier this spring, we got way too much rain. We're like 10, 12 inches over our yearly average. And now the farmers need a little bit. Now that the crops has got a decent stand. There in the foreground on Nathan's stream, you see one sunflower there on the right. That's a cornfield. Got one sunflower sticking up there. That's odd. They must have had sunflowers in that last year. And one thing I don't like to see, starting to get that backward C shape. Yeah, they've had a couple out there. I did see a picture of a tornado in North Dakota too. Tell you what, Nathan, when I zoom out and look at this whole thing, backwards C shape, starting to get to it. Oh, I just zoomed out on Earth and see they got the severe from where you're at all the way back into Colorado on the severe watch. that going to be before dark? Ah, shucks. That area of rotation, it's up to your northwest there at Dar. And when it was down to the southwest, it was intense looking. I mean, I thought it was going to try to produce. So weak and broad right now. There's a couple other areas that spin further down south. In Nathan's chat, somebody told him to go to the store, get a flower pot, and put that sunflower in. I just about bet that last year's crop in that field was probably sunflowers. Aha! Watching the Weather Channel. That looks like Scud. Oh, they were talking about something else on TWC. I did notice a tropical wave uh, down by the Leeward Islands. I'm going to keep an eye on those too, because it's getting close to that time where some will start forming around the Leeward Islands, Puerto Rico, Cuba, and that, and those would hit Florida. But I'll keep an eye on those. Every time I do a broadcast with an update on this Invest 92L, I'll also cover all the Atlantic. We'll keep an eye on everything. Yeah, that's just Scud, Debbie. Oh, I hate these days. It's just hurry up and wait. But I'm not liking the looks. But Nathan was telling me that the big story is going to be the storms coming out of Colorado. Which is over here. And it's going to be later tonight. And they're supposed to blast through the same area that Nathan's in. But most likely it's going to be after dark. Be these here by Colorado Springs and that. Yeah, Deb on YouTube. Sometimes looking at his stream, it's a little hard to tell because sometimes it'll look like it's actually trying to make a funnel, but it'll be scud. So it's a little hard to tell. Now for Nathan, it's easy, him being right there. But I'll also look at radar and compare what he's looking at and what I'm looking at, and then I can kind of know. Yeah, down to your southwest is a little bit better area rotation. Cord's tangled up here. And I see they put that severe warning there where you're at and down to the south. Might have put some music on. I don't know how many of you see my broadcast on the 4th of July. Uh, Issued another flood warning, I guess. Um, but I did some fireworks video from the night before, not far from me. And I played some music on off of Spotify. Some nice 4th of July music. Well, I went back on Twitch and watched my video, and they totally muted out all the audio from that broadcast. But YouTube did not. And that's kind of weird because usually YouTube is the worst about muting a video that's got copyrighted music. But YouTube didn't. I don't know if it's because of the holiday. I mean, they were old songs. But Twitch muted that video. It's in my list of videos on Twitch. You can go back and watch it, but no audio. It's really strange that these areas of rotation, there's 3 of them here. Hey, Etchy. They're all on the backside. All on the backside of the cores. So this one's not looking good at all. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, I remember you being on there. news today. Washington, D.C. got hit by intense rain. 3.3 inches of rain in 1 hour. They've got major flooding in D.C. Water was even leaking into the White House basement floor. And I'm sure Trump ran for the hills. Doesn't want to get that toupee wet. What chase? What channel? Copy. Okay, I guess Nathan, in about 15 minutes, is going to go live on a local TV channel. So I'll leave him alone. Kind of sounds like they're going to be talking about the possible hurricane and also interviewing him on this thing that's not producing. So I'll leave him alone. He has a really good connection with his local news channels. He's involved with their meteorologists and whatnot. Tomorrow, when I do a broadcast, I'll be keying in more on the possible local flooding around the Panhandle. The way it looks right now, I think it's going to be about from Tampa, Florida, up north and up into the Panhandle. But as it gets closer, I'll be able to give everybody better information. It's too early out to really predict it. I mean, those waters in the Gulf are in the upper 80s. So it's got the fuel, once it leaves land and gets over water. And another thing, too, is there's high pressure in the west. There's high pressure in the east. So it's going to get like a squeeze play, and that's what's going to steer it west towards Texas. So Florida, depending on how it forms and when, Florida may only get 1 to 3. Galveston, Houston could be more like 5 to 8, maybe more. Just all depends on how strong it gets and exactly where it heads. Interesting. This is getting a lot stronger right down here. Nathan, keep an eye west of Elwood. And again, it's on the backside. There is a notch. A little bit of an inflow notch, but it's on the backside. A little hard to see off of North Platte. Switch over to Hastings. Here you can see the red and greens coming together. Right there. I don't like them when they're on the back side. Starting to look a lot better, but it's on the backside. Yeah, it's still coming your direction. Don't have a storm track on that southern end. But yeah, it's definitely getting stronger. The core's looking better. A lot more lightning in it. area rotations northwest of Elwood. Thanks for all the new viewers that's turned on my stream, YouTube and Twitch. This little hook on the back side, that's what I'm kind of keeping an eye on. This would be the area rotation in it. Not a very strong NROT, 0.77. Whole thing is moving at a snail's pace. It's moving so slow, the southern end, I don't even have a storm track. Track up to the north, moving 6 knots. It's not even 10 mile per hour. Well, you guys just got real quiet in the chat. Y'all fall asleep on me? Do I have to start telling dirty jokes? Not that I would. You can see there on the radar, northern end of this is just raining itself out. It's not even showing any lightning up there anymore. That's what's left of Cosme. Down to the tropical cyclone. It's only moving at 7 knots. It's moving into cold weather. It'll be gone here by tomorrow. And keep an eye on that tropical wave right there. It gets out of that wind shear. Maybe it might. That brown is dry air. And it's right about where the upper level wind shear is. So that's going to keep this one over by Africa from really doing much. The southern end's falling apart. Now, starting to see an inflow notch down here. No rotation there yet. Might have a slight possibility of a spin up off that very southern end. What we always call tail end Charlie. On the southern end of the storm, you'll get a spin up. We call them tail end Charlies. Hey Raz Taz, Randy, thanks for joining me, bud. Analyst has over on YouTube. Be sure and hit the subscribe button over there. Thank you. Yeah, Trance. Yeah, I just turned the music down. Nobody was in the chat, so I decided to play some music. I don't know. It's the Audio Blocks website. Just some free music. They really don't tell who the artist is on that song. I'll just turn it off. Say the truth, I need to get up and stretch my legs, stretch my back, while we're waiting on something to happen. So I'll go ahead and play that song, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay. Walked around outside. Got my back to quit hurting a little bit. Stretched my legs. I've been sitting here for hours working on this stuff.
Hey, 1 mile, guys. We'll get you a good view.
Hey, armchair. This does not look good at all. I think Nathan is going east and try to get a better look of shelf cloud, if there is one. So it looks like I got a whole 30 people on Twitch, 11 people on YouTube, and hardly anybody in the chat. Are you guys still enjoy watching the stream? Let me know. Not a whole lot for me to do. I've already discussed the possible tropical storm. Here you can see on Nathan's stream the shelf cloud. Rotation's not looking that good at all. So just so quiet in the chat. Yeah, we talked about the old days the other day. The good old days. Like we got a severe warning in Texas, north of Sweetwater. Northern Wyoming, got a couple. North Dakota, got a couple. 3. this thing's turned into more of a flood event. Some lightning. Thanks, Darren. Over on YouTube. I heard Nathan say that his local news channel was having issues with bringing his stream up. So I haven't heard them doing a live interview with him. Nice shelf cloud. Okay, folks, I'm going to call it. Getting rather boring. They just dropped the severe on it. Drop that severe on it. No dance today. Krat said on the Twitch chat. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. Thanks everybody for joining me. Catch me again tomorrow. And we'll do some more updates on Invest 92L. Maybe by tomorrow it'll be named after me. I am the next name on the list, Barry. So we'll see if we get Tropical Storm Barry tomorrow. So in the meantime, thanks everybody, and we'll catch you on the next chase.